palette.
Yeah, and I think some of the emulator runners can make their own custom palettes, which just happens.
I'm not sure if that's possible in GBI, because I believe that's what Node is playing on.
Yeah, I think Dragons is a custom palette. And then I know Mchan338 isn't because it's literally just Pokemon Blue.
So anyway, the first piece of tech is that they're going to set up their color palette for the game, and then they're going to get their shield from Terran.
Yeah. Not Mario, definitely Terran.
Definitely not Mario. There's no Super Mario cameos in this game whatsoever.
Yeah. It's also not Talon from Ocarina of Time, because this game came first. Meanwhile, we wait for all of the timers to get synced up for everybody. Doing a little bit of a damage boost to save not that much time at all and bump ourselves into the sword. Hopefully just getting it doesn't save that much time, and some people argue that because of certain things that you do in this route, it's more beneficial to get the sword a little bit later, depending on when the rupee drops.
Yeah, you see, like Mchan came in from the left side, so the urchin is right above him. So when he kills it, the rupee, if it were to drop one, would be right in his path. Whereas for the others who came from the top, it would be off to the left side, and it would be a little bit out of the way.
Yeah, it's... because of how little time that trick saves overall, it's better, and some decent, really good rupee luck for Node, sitting at 9. Dragon having bad rupee luck.
Bamboo's already got his 10, and he's first into the shop.
Yeah, but, well, so there's 5 seconds between the two races. Well, Bamboo's 5 seconds ahead of everybody else on the timers, so... It's a little hard to tell who's where right now. I think he's tied up exactly with Node right now. He might be slightly ahead as we
He's just a tiny bit ahead, maybe 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah, like a second. Okay, so this is a pretty close race between everybody so far. The opening in almost every category is basically identical.
I'd say Mchan's actually a good deal behind. He only just got into the shop.
Yeah, he had terrible rupee RNG compared to everybody else.
That's one of the big problems with running this game. If you're not doing a race, this is a heavy reset portion of the run where if you don't get good RNG...
Bamboo is doing something. I think he accidentally spent his rupees. I don't know. He had to hard reset for some reason. Yeah,
so what you're supposed to do is buffer a save quit menu out of that text dialogue. And if you do that correctly, you'll save and quit, keeping your rupees, but also getting the bombs.
Yeah, I think he forgot to save and quit on his second purchase of the bombs, and just had no rupees. Definitely faster, I think, to reset than try to farm 10 rupees. We see people lose minutes on that. No trendy game fails so far. That's good. We need that powder for one thing ever, and then never again.
Yeah, Bamboo's done a good job of putting himself from first place into last place with that one move. Rather unfortunate. But there's another 40-50 minutes of the run to catch up in, so...
Yep, and coin flip 15-second time saves in 7 places of the run.
And Bamboo just walking into the kid.
Meanwhile, Node got the first bomb trigger, saving 2 seconds on that owl.
Yeah, the screen that Mchan's about to go onto, you can do a bomb trigger right there. Same as Node is doing above. And if Mchan were to do it, he'd skip a bit of animation on that owl, so it's just a tiny bit quicker.
Yeah, since menus are fast, we need the bombs anyway, so we can skip Terran with those bomb triggers.
So Node first on his way to Dungeon 1. Don't know if he'll try to pit walk here, it's like... I don't know, some French people say like 5 seconds faster.
GT did it and lost, so it's clearly slower now.
No, Dragon's not even trying.
I think GT does it in every race, he goes for it.
I mean, like, why wouldn't you?
You're only gonna lose, like, there's so many other ways to lose time, especially in this category, that are out of your control, like going for, like, a 2-second time loss for, like, a 5-second time save is not the worst thing in the world, even if it's only, like, 1 in 100 you'll get.
I don't know, if you're Xander, you get it, like, every time, somehow.
Yeah, but then you choke away the rest of the run, so it doesn't really matter.
Wow.
I'll call him out. I can't choke on this game. I don't play it. Node almost getting the really swag shield bonk.
Unfortunately, he did have to spend 2 arrows to do that quickly.
Yeah,
And, hopefully he has enough arrows to get through everything else.
Yeah, arrow count is super important in this run. Just because we don't get as many refills and we need them in a lot of places.
Yeah, it looks like everybody bought 2 sets of bomb at the beginning. So
Yeah.
they should be pretty damn safe on those, but arrows, you only get the 20 pickup from when you steal the bow. Up
Yeah.
until
D8 you get
Dungeon
20
8.
more.
Yeah.
That's it, we have 40 arrows, and arrows are really good, as we're gonna see pretty shortly on Node's screen. Although, depending on what his route is, he might just do Ghost Room with Sword. If he had originally done D2 arrow strats, then he'll probably
So Node is doing a trick there called super jumping, where you basically do a big jump off of walls, because the game thinks that you're going down a ledge.
And he also showcased very much why arrows are really, really strong.
But unfortunately not useful against Moldorm, because you have to damage him with sword.
He could die to Moldorm. Okay, he doesn't.
No, that's too bad.
Yeah, if Moldorm just shot up one of those times, because his patterns when he like resets after being hit are super random, that could have been a really, really big death. As you can see, Dragon dying horribly. If you're gonna take a death, that's one of the less costly ones, but it's still pretty bad. You
So
don't.
now he's about tied with Bamboo, apart from Bamboo's timer stopping.
And Bamboo wasting a bunch of time. Oh, he probably did that when he had to reset things, and Bamboo is, okay, so Bamboo having a very sketchy Moldorm fight, everybody getting through.
I'm not sure what's happening for Bamboo. He did a quit and an undone in SRL, so I think he accidentally dunned.
Oh, is he doing it through live split?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so that's an SRL thing, where you can join races through live split, but unfortunately if you accidentally hit one of your things, there's a lot of weird things. It's really convenient, as long as, you know, your controls are very far away from where you can accidentally touch them.
I think he'd stopped his timer because of the reset, and because he did that, SRL automatically gave him a forfeit, or the live split automatically put a forfeit into SRL for him.
Yeah, he can undo it later.
Yeah. As we'll see on Bamboo's screen here, these kids talk forever unless you hit B, but only in Japanese.
Meanwhile, we're in Moblin Cave. We need to save our good friend a giant round dog because it's too fat, because Madame Meow Meow feeds it too much. It's definitely not anything else. But we need that dog to get into Dungeon 2.
No doubt, a really clean fight there. That's a pretty easy one to get 2 cycles, but it's also very easy to mess it up and end up with 3 or 4 if you're really bad. So hopefully nobody does that today.
A really good second room. You can do it. I've seen some people get lucky enough to get 1 spin slash. I've done it once. It just depends on how the moblins line up. And here's the first equalizer of the run, as Node waits.
Yeah, like the other 3 runners are pretty much all tied here, within like 4 seconds.
Yes, but the fun tricks that save a lot of time and lose a lot of time are only coming up, and whether or not Dragon forgets the route halfway through is also coming up.
Well, he said 3 weeks to learn.
He said 3 weeks to learn, and he's had 2 completed runs. Also 2 attempted runs.
Still remember, before his first run, he's like streaming Stu. Like up to an hour before the run, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go watch Xander do a Warpless run now." Like that was his learning.
I mean, if you know as much about the game as he does, it helps. But he's here for the memes. Oh, man, that first jump in that 2D section Node just went through is so hard. I never get it right, ever.
Interestingly, for the underground there, Unlike everywhere else in the game, if you hold the jump button, you do go a little bit higher.
Gotta make it like Mario, man.
Yeah.
And we can see Node showing off the Game Boy's limitations as everything slows down. Yeah, so ghosts leave the screen. They're dead. Get the power bracelet and leave because we can save a lot more time later in that dungeon than completing it now.
So Node on his way just over to get the mushroom because that's going to unlock some fantastic glitches we'll use in a little bit.
Yeah, and he stepped back a little bit there because those flowers don't have their hitbox at the very top of them. And if you clip into a wall, you can just walk straight past them. And as you can see, what Mchan just did, he did the arrow strats, which is, I think, like 2 seconds faster, but Noted wasted arrows earlier, so doing the older sword strats, because he needs to conserve those arrows, just a little bit of a switch up.
Oh. So it looks like Bamboo and Mchan are about tied with Node, but they've in fact gone to the right first instead of getting the mushroom. So they'd still have to go to the left, like Dragon is doing right now.
Yeah, it's entirely preference. None's gonna save any time over the other. Technically, I think if you were, like, weird on splits, it'd be better to go to the left first, because if you miss the, the text skip, you're just like, okay, I'm gonna reset the run, even though it's, not a lot of time lost. I've reset runs for dumber things.
No, I've definitely never done that in a run. Not even once. Don't even try to find my VODs.
You've deleted all the ones that you did that in.
Oh, Bamboo dying to the moblin there.
Oh, that's really rough.
That's giving Dragon a nice chance to pull ahead. And
Dragon
hopefully not screw up his route and squander the lead.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, well, Dragon is the king of that. And so Note's doing Villa Skip right now. Normally there's this big side quest. We don't like to do any of the side quests in this game. We do exactly 0 of them. Of like I guess 3.
Well, we do half of one.
Yeah.
We save Bow Wow, but we never take him home.
Yeah, we need Bow Wow to just get into D2. There's a way into D2 without Bow Wow, but it's RNG, it's garbage, and it isn't fun. And it probably doesn't save enough time.
Oh, what's... Mchan's also resetting here, I'm not sure what he's doing it for. Oh, he... Okay, so when you pick up the mushroom, you can bring up your save and quit menu to skip the text, and save and quit out of there early. If you do it too early, however, you skip the text and also the mushroom. So that must have been what happened.
He did that last time, too. In the last race of his I commentated. I hope he didn't do it again. But yeah, that's why he even bothered to check.
Yeah, he waited for the text box that time because he's not losing it twice. So, both Node and Dragon getting a nice bit of a lead thanks to Taylor's mistakes. So, Dungeon 3 is a bit unique. It's the longest stretch we go without saving and quitting. We don't save and quit at all in this dungeon.
That's basically because with 4 hearts, if we kill 30 enemies in a row, or well, if we just kill 30 enemies, we get a piece of power drop. A piece of power increases our movement speed, our damage, and adds a little bit of a knockback effect, which increases iframes on enemies. But it saves a ton of time in Dungeon 3, and because there's a whole bunch of one-shot enemies in the dungeon, it's so much faster.
And also makes certain phases of the boss a lot quicker.
Yes.
Because you're able to damage it with your naked sword instead of just like spin slashes and boot charges.
Yeah, it is a bit rhythmic for it because if you do mess it up, you are gonna waste some time. Node is going.
Node got some really good Ruby RNG off of those Zols.
Yeah. Meanwhile, not having the greatest of Dodongo skips. It's just a super jump clank off the Dodongos. See if Bamboo goes for a swaggier one. Yeah, Bamboo already has this piece of power, didn't get it in that room.
I can't tell if Dragon has it. Looks like he's going a bit slower. No, he does not. So I'll probably get this room? No. He'll probably get up
maybe
with the Parrots at the end again.
It doesn't look like he took the damage either.
So Node getting a nice clean fight on the boss. And let's see if he gets ICS.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Very nice.
So that is our first of 7 coin flip. Save 15 seconds. Just moments. And it involves pausing on a specific frame and then buffering a save and quit menu out of it, and then just, you know, collecting the instrument while not doing anything. Dragon, good backup, Slime Eye. That piece of power. It's less clean, but it's pretty safe. As long as you get your spin slashes in right.
Yeah, as far as the backups go for it, it's probably the fastest way to do it. Let's see how Bamboo's goes.
If Bamboo gets ICS, he's ahead of Dragon, probably instantly.
Not ahead, but very close.
Yeah.
Okay, no, Bamboo's just a little bit too... Oh!
Yep, gets it. He had an extra buffer in there, but... So, you may have seen Node take a bunch of extra damage. We're gonna do a Death Warp up here. It's the only, like, time a Death Warp is ever faster. Because we're gonna do something called Walrus Skip, which involves doing a bomb trigger on this Walrus to play a cutscene that requires you to have Marin. And we need to transition to the left, or we're gonna soft lock. So, in order to avoid that soft lock, we transition to the left after this first text box comes up where the rabbit's supposed to show up on screen. But then we only have directions. We don't have our A, B, or any menus to open up. So we either have to transition into a cave or die to get our buttons back. And dying, as it turns out, is just faster. And let's see if Node has 1 heart left instead of half a heart, so he can't do like the slightly faster death to an enemy, but...
The dying rather than going into a cave is also nicer because we do have to come back to the desert to get a key, but we can then do a save and quit warp out, like back to town, skipping over a bit of traversal as well as an owl, because we all know that owls are smelly and annoying in Zelda games.
And meanwhile, Dragon doing the older top-down Walrus Skip, Bamboo doing it from the side. The side is faster, and Dragon has soft locked himself.
So he gets to reset.
What Dragon did, and if he has a save and quit somewhere, nope. Okay, so there goes everything.
Okay, Dragon has just lost the race pretty much.
Yeah, unless Bamboo has some serious hiccups, that is an extremely huge time loss. He has to redo Dungeon 3. Yeah, that's bad.
Yep. That's 1 of 2 spots where missing ICS is a lot more punishing. I mean, you shouldn't be failing that trick to begin with, because there are pretty good
setups for it. If you do it from the side, it's free. Like, I've never had an issue with doing it from the side.
Yeah. Final Flame, Dragon soft locked Walrus Skip.
Yeah, he had the Walrus still there. He transitioned too early.
Yeah.
The top one is a bit more finicky, and like in this version of the game, in comparison to LADX, the left one you have to hold like up left or to transition back, or you'll transition too early still instead of just holding left.
Dragon. Oh my god, Dragon.
I think this is where Dragon just puts in the /FF, or he starts doing like a different category because he knows that this is over.
Oh my god. So
I think
I'm assuming that's on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, Dragon, if you're listening, please start memeing because this is bad.
Bippy, Bamboo had to reset his game at one point, so his timer was kind of screwed up, and he just turned it off. But he's like, his timer should be synced with Node and Mchan and Dragon at this point.
Yeah.
I love how Dragon is so far in the back, but I'm focusing entirely on him right now.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's like, okay, time to stop talking about the fact that Dragon has ruined everything.
Yeah, okay, so Node just got a single flipper put on 1 foot, the one that doesn't have a boot on it. And now he's gonna do a nice little super jump with a tink off of a pea hat and skip like half the dungeonish.
He's doing the less swag one, which I'm upset about. The
It's
swag
like the
one's
zero
cooler.
swag one.
Yeah, the swag one saves way less time in this one because menus are really fast. Saves a whole bunch of time in LADX just because of menus.
And at the bottom of the screen, you can see a skull. That's actually Curvone Gaming's skull, because he got killed by the anglerfish.
Yeah, I don't understand how you die to anglerfish unless you go in there and you don't have any weapons.
Well, sometimes you like accidentally pick up a bomb.
And have the hook shot.
It's a node missing this ICS, so he's only one of two so far.
Yeah, Node could lose a bunch of time if he accidentally transitions 5 tiles south now.
Yeah, in the DX categories, you'd go do dungeon 5 now, I think. And if they have some bad muscle memory, then they accidentally go there, and it will spawn the ghost, which is a huge time loss. Or a reset.
Yeah, if you do get the Dungeon 4 ICS, it skips that. And also, if you get the level 2 power bracelet, or just have the level 2 power bracelet, the ghost won't spawn. We're gonna do that without leaving the mountain range. It's the sketchiest thing in this category that makes us have dumb, out-of-bounds rule sets for everything, but you know, gotta do it as you do.
Yeah, we're just breaking dungeon order now, going to 7 and then 8. Because some of the items we're gonna get are just so broken that it makes it a lot faster to not do the dungeons in the right order. Or even get all the items from the right dungeon. More on that later.
Dungeon 8 saves a lot of time. We just do Dungeon 7 first because we can't actually do the glitch we're going to do with all the other bosses with the Dungeon 7 boss just because of the way that entire thing is coded, which is a huge mess. And it made Rando boss randomizer sad for a while.
Also, just to address Corin in chat, I like to think that memes are better when they're intentional. But yeah, I do want some more memes out of the dragon.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Including that meme of sticking himself at the edge of the screen there. 'Cause in that D3 Underground, when the thwomp lands, it freezes you in place, even if you're already doing a boot charge.
Yeah, you can just jump through it. It's faster if you go down, because in the 2D sections, if you, Dragon, what are you doing? Come on, man. We just have a bunch of moving around. We got Rooster Skip. Bamboo's gonna go for it right now. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and most of the LADX categories, this is just a... Well, I mean, it is an out-of-bounds here, but Link's Awakening rule set permits doing this as long as he doesn't transition from a solid, or go to a different cave system.
Yeah. This game is amazingly broken when we don't have convoluted rule sets, such as you're not allowed to clip into a tile more than 3 pixels. Any more than 4 is the worst.
Yeah, gotta love the rules.
Yeah. We'll talk about some of the other tricks we missed because we were busy talking about how screwed Dragon is. 4 races are hard to go. This is Dungeon 7. Nothing suspicious is going on here.
Yeah, just no, just jumps on top of those blocks and then shows us how to do controlled demolitions using bombs.
Yeah. Like, as you can see, like in real life, you probably wouldn't go physically pick up a wrecking ball and throw it at, like, giant pillars. That's dangerous, but using controlled explosives, it's just good enough to knock down these pillars. This is the reason why, oh, okay, Node's doing it.
Oh, cool, good strats.
Thank you, Node. That is the coolest way to do a bomb trigger in the game. It's slower than getting the transition trigger, I think. But yeah, this is also why they bought 2,
Dragon.
Okay, thank you, Dragon. So, inverted palette is happening now.
Best palette.
But, so So this is why they picked up 2 sets of bombs. Basically, if you don't get everything perfectly, one set of bombs is really sketchy. And Node would have run out when he got here. So the second set is going to make it so he has just enough, and that is such a nice. Hopefully he can boots. No,
He didn't even try.
I feel like he should have tried booting, but
I think he
feel
would
like
have been fine.
It's tough to say. He was probably like a pixel, because you need a 1 pixel clip. And he still gets perfect luck the second time. Goddamn. You need a max height super jump and like a 1 pixel clip, and then you'll just ignore it.
No, get all the Francais RNG.
He didn't get the tech skip, so we don't get to see the Grim Creeper twice.
Yeah, I never even noticed that until someone mentioned it in commentary the other day.
Oh, it was probably me then.
We'll see if Bamboo gets it though. It's a cute little
oh, wait,
glitch.
Dragon's fighting Lamball. Thank you, Dragon.
What the hell is that thing? I've never seen that before.
Well, we saw it the other day. It happened.
Nope.
And God, that's so laggy with Bow Wow on the screen.
Yeah, so Bamboo got pretty decent Goomba RNG. Let's see. Okay, so on Bamboo's
Okay,
screen,
so yeah, there's...
see the dude's on the bird already.
That only happens when you get the tech skip. And then they transition back and off, because that means that when they transition like that, they can drop those bombs. And they'll just stay there rather than falling. And yeah, 3 bombs to Evil Eagle's face, and he'll never do any of the, And Bamboo missed a bomb, so he's... It's the same timing, I just don't think he knows it. It's... The second Evil Eagle leaves the screen, if you drop a bomb and throw it up, you'll hit him. But he doesn't do any of his, like, blow you off the tower, or, like, shoot arrow shards attacks at you if you don't go up to the top platform. And because he's weak to bombs, for whatever reason, we don't have to get the level 2 shield.
Yeah, so no doing some more mushroom shenanigans there. And to answer Xander, on top of the soft lock, he also died doing Villa skip the second time around, so he had to do the run from D2 to D3 like 3 times total.
Yep.
Because his save and quit point was getting the mushroom.
So
he's a bit screwed.
Yeah.
No, doing
there's
the
very
worst
few
mushroom.
things that could save Dragon at this point. Mainly if like Bamboo lost power, that would save him.
Yeah, if Bamboo like goes out for a smoke, then maybe Dragon can catch up. Mchan doing his Evil Eagle fight. No tech skip for him. We'll see how that goes. Node actually coming up on another skip here called Flame Skip, where you're supposed to have the level 2 shield from D7, but you can just kind of squeeze through.
Yep. We have... If you're 2 damaged there, it sucks, because you're gonna take, I think, a minimum of 2.5 hearts of damage. So you really want to keep your health topped off, and, you know, bombs, animations, giant turtle heads.
I'm not great. Okay, there we go. Dragon's stream is freezing a little bit. But it looks like he dropped the cue ball fight a little bit. Hopefully he doesn't die there as well.
And Mchan just posted some things in Discord, which I'm a little concerned about.
Let's see. He says his roots are mixed up. I hope he's not doing stew.
It's fine.
I'm more worried about Dragon right now.
I am too. Maybe Dragon's listening to me and decided to lose power for himself as a meme. Yeah, you can see Node barely has any arrows. That's one of his 2 pickups. He technically could get it a second time if he was feeling a little concerned. It's not that much out of the way.
Yeah, Dragon's stream has gone offline.
Oh no. Did he quit the race, or did he leave the race room?
He's still in SRL. So I don't know if it's just his internet kind of like lapsed on OBS.
No,
but I think
shack jump. It's an unclipped super jump that you can do up against pushable blocks, as long as there's like a wall behind you.
Oh no, what's going on, Mchan? Mchan, I guess he also reset his timer by accident. Wait,
Did
he quit again. What's going on with this race?
I have no idea. I would like to pretend that Bamboo and Node are racing. Bamboo had 2 very big flubs, but other than that, it's not the biggest difference between the two. As
So this is the reason Mchan forfeit, because he doesn't realize that when you use the mushroom, if you save and quit too early, your screen just goes white. He doesn't realize that you can recover from that by using your mushroom again.
Yeah, unlike LADX where it's a hard lock.
How is he all the way back there?
That's a good question. When did he save and quit there?
Yeah.
Or did he jump off the mountain? And by the way, what No just did is not a wrong warp. That is in D8, it's just not accessible. But since we do kind of a position overflow to get us to the bottom of the screen, and we don't transition from a solid tile, it's... being technically correct is the best kind of correct. As Dragon's
back, showing us obstacle skip.
I don't even know where Dragon is. Dragon might be Mchan. I don't know where they are in comparison to each other.
Okay, so Mchan has D4 instrument.
I have D7.
Yeah, so he still has... he doesn't even have the bird key.
Okay, so Dragon versus Mchan is a hot race, and Node versus Bamboo is a hot race.
How did... I'm still trying to figure out how he had a save and quit point there.
I feel like he jumped off to go down and wasn't thinking to D4, and so he saved and quit back up.
Must have been it.
Like, that's why he was saying his routes were mixed up.
Yeah. If he was used to DX Hundo.
Hundo in every category. And as you can see, Bamboo doing that same thing again. It's an effective cue ball still being alive in that room. He's not supposed to be there. And that does weird things. You can do that in Dungeon 4, too. You'll just kind of zip straight to the screen right below him in a ledge fall animation.
Yeah, for people just tuning in, Mchan got to a glitch where he thought he had soft locked, and so he reset his game, taking him back to his last save and quit point, which is very, very far back.
Yeah. Well, he thought he hard locked. Soft lock you can get out of with the save and quit. This depends on how you define those things. This Dragon is just jumping into a pit, maybe forgetting that he can't start buffer it. Has to use the mushroom. And oh my god, Dragon! He makes the jump, but then fell into the pit.
No, so it's Dragon.
He just reset.
I don't know why
he's done with that color palette.
He just wants different colors.
Oh boy. Man, we didn't need commentators for this race. It just speaks for itself. Like both of them.
Yeah, who even cares what Node is doing? Node's winning, that's...
Node is gonna win. Bamboo is gonna win. Mchan, I guess, is done playing, and Dragon is... I don't know, maybe he'll do rando strats for D7, which look really fun. He'll probably do ball strats, too, because he just...
I'm gonna mark Mchan as forfeit thing here. But Node does still... He does still have to finish his run. Otherwise, it doesn't count as a win.
As Node... Interesting, he let that cutscene play out.
Yeah, the cutscene skip for that one's a bit weird in DX, like...
Yeah, you have to...
Or in LA, I mean, because in DX you do a bomb arrow.
But it
doesn't
bomb
work here.
But I think he may have done it like that because he's worried about his arrow count. He only has 16.
No, you can also despawn the cutscene the same way he's using the magic rod there. So what's Mchan up to? Oh, is he doing some ace?
He might. Dragon is not. The Dragon doing a shack jump there, that's fast. It's pretty cool. I don't know what's going on anymore, man. Uh,
So Bamboo just coming up on his enter d6. So he's not terribly far behind Node, but pretty far ahead of Dragon.
wonder if Bamboo even knows how far ahead of Dragon he is.
Corin posted in chat that he has time for a smoke, maybe two.
Okay, so Bamboo is doing the rod despawn.
Yeah, Harrison Fortnite. Terrible name. Node is in the lead, but it's a double race. It's Node versus Mchan, so Node wins basically as long as he finishes. And Bamboo is ahead of dragonc0 in their race.
Okay, he booted up the French version because that's what he does hundo in. French is faster in 100%. Meanwhile, Dragon is doing the silly version. This works, and it's the better version of Goomba Skip because you can control all the parts of it. But it's slower. It's always slower. This is so hype if he gets it. I want him to get it. Oh my god. Oh, it was so
no.
close. Don't troll him. Oh my god. Alright. He got it, but just in the wrong direction.
Oh, Mchan, please.
Oh, that was pretty good, Dragon.
Yeah, that's out of bounds, but it's legit for this category, so he's
Yeah,
still not
Dragon
disqualified.
has not done anything to DQ himself yet. Although I'm pretty sure he's trying. As the despawn and d6, we just despawn everything. There's a stone tablet there that's supposed to prevent you from jumping down, but we just skip the whole dungeon because of it. As
I guess Mchan's just doing some 100%.
I knew that the four-way race was going to be hard to commentate, but I didn't realize it was going to be this hard to commentate.
I knew Dragon would give us a challenge, but I didn't expect everything else.
Yeah.
Node just getting into Dungeon 5 here. Looks like he's gonna despawn the Helmasaur room because they're a pain in the butt.
Can you do AC in the French version?
I would assume there is an ace, but not using the same one as DX.
I know there's an ace for LA, but let's see if Dragon decides to fight Evil Eagle twice. No.
So Bamboo missing his ICS there.
Oh man, did Dragon get an ICS?
Doesn't look like
No. He also dropped a bomb. That's always a fun thing to do.
Meanwhile, Node just tearing D5 up. So this next room is supposed to have Master Stealth House, but just despawn him. Because we don't actually need the hookshot for this category.
Yeah, because as you've seen, we've been despawning bosses thanks to, basically just tricking the game to think all those fire rod sprites, which is really the sound, but everything in this game is a sprite, or like a unit, I guess if you want to call it like that. And basically, as long as there's too many of those, we can't spawn things, and then the game is like, alright, there's nothing here, room's cleared, but it's not actually set the clear flag, so like he's gonna have to despawn Master Salvos again. Good RNG on the Stalfos there. They didn't bother to run away from him. Sometimes they like to, like, one runs to the top left corner and just lets you forget about everything. As, Dragon, okay, does not go and talk to Marin. I thought he might.
I guess there's some memes even Dragon won't do.
Yeah, it's not like anybody else did that in the middle of the race after wrong warping in D7.
Meanwhile, Mchan trying to get 10 rupees.
And no doing a stupid jump.
And,
What an what an anticlimactic race.
So that boss does require hookshot if you fight it, but he's not gonna do that.
Well,
But he's
if
gonna
you
get
try
an
hard
SS.
enough, it is illegal in the category, but you don't need the hookshot to get past it. But that requires some very big out of bounds. Or I guess illegal screen transitioning.
And Mchan, no, nobody nobody here can read French. No, so guys, don't lie to him.
Yeah, no one reads French.
So Mchan coming out of the magazine, where he's just stolen some things, like a bow and a bomb. He's going into another magazine.
Oh, to have the party, you gotta pay 10 rupees. I think that's what it said.
That sounds about right. So Dragon finally getting to Dungeon 8, doing his bomb trigger there. Bamboo just he's just gotten his Dungeon 5 boss key, so he's on his way to the boss.
And Dragon, well. I don't know why. He did that intentionally.
Because of the memes. Meanwhile, Node is finishing Dungeon 8 finally. Just for rooting, it's faster to come back to Dungeon 8 at this time and kill a hothead. Or despawn, rather. Another ICS. So Node's actually on a really good pace here, and I just want to check what his PB is. And I hope it's faster than mine already, because I don't want him to bop me. Oh. He only needs like a 30-second PB to bop me. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Everyone, let's get some,
What's your PB, Spice?
not bless RNGs in chat. Let's get some Matt in chat. My PB is a 45-46, and Nodes is a 46-21.
Oh, well, he's not gonna get a 45.
Okay, thank God.
You can already tell he's not gonna get a 45. It's already 41, he hasn't entered the egg yet.
I don't know how this game works. I just run it sometimes.
Quick maths, man. I don't run this game ever, and I know how this game works.
Dude, I know how math works.
I wonder if Dragon's gonna fight Blano again. He did it last time, and it worked out for him.
Well, it's because he forgot.
He forgot he couldn't skip Blano. And I think he's just content in throwing himself into the lava.
Well, in LADX, you can make that first jump really quickly.
Yeah.
And a lot of people seem to forget that you can't do that in LA. At least not very easily.
Jump in LA.
But all of us actually just did it in his race earlier. I think it's a pretty frame-perfect trick. Like maybe 2 or 3.
What is it? I'm blanking out his name. Marsupial did it yesterday, or 2 days ago as well. As Dragon does that reverse block push. So
Bamboo getting his D8 ICS. So he's only got 1 dungeon left, and this is actually going to be a...
Yeah, we can be quiet for the song.
Yeah. Alright, so everybody just start calling Node's phone constantly so he can't use the app.
So Spice decided to ruin this game by giving us...
No.
Okay. It requires a smartphone app.
So Vlakasar discovered a manip for Aghanim to prevent any blue balls. I made an app for Android only, so get wrecked iPhones. That allows you to do the manip, because it does require knowing how to react to certain combinations, and nobody can remember all, whatever, like 96 of them. Or more, I don't know.
It's not that many.
Yeah.
It does require you to get the blob quick kill, though, which Node gets.
Yeah, easy.
I can't hit that bomb trigger. That bomb trigger is really hard. You just mash at it until you hope. As Dragon took the silly way. He's probably going to fight Hothead. Yep, there we go. What is Dragon doing as Node?
Node, what are you doing? Okay, Node just cursed himself.
Yeah, Node screwed up the app. I
Not
don't know what
only-
Dragon did.
Yeah, not only did he miss the ball, but that makes the manip no longer work for him. So hopefully, hopefully he gets good RNG now.
I don't think
He
has
seems to
worry.
think he's on Moldorm.
Maybe
Yeah.
Node's a robot. I don't know. I have the strange feeling that neither one of our racers who are at the egg are going to lose this race for some reason.
Shoutouts to Phantom Matt for cursing Node. Matt, if you're listening, I have my Prime sub back next Wednesday, so I'll give it to you as payment.
Hey, why don't you sub to me?
Because Matt has Fanto29A. So
Yeah,
Node taking care of Moldorm quickly. And then we have Shadow Ganondorf.
Shadow Ganon.
That's Ganondorf.
But Ganondorf isn't a pig with a trident.
No, he'll slam you. He'll
Alright.
do a Warlock punch.
Don't waste all your arrows, Node. You can still argue. Well, you can't lose this race.
Yeah, he literally cannot lose.
Bamboo could just, I don't know, forget to go up the stairs, walk away from his computer, forget that timing is after you go up the stairs because of a stupid trick that we do.
Go for a smoke. Or 5.
Just smoke a carton, I guess.
Oh damn. Node is like, which app?
Dragon, almost forgetting. Wait, what? Oh, he missed blob, quick kill. I don't know where Dragon is. I feel like he's doing
D2.
D2 way earlier than normal.
No, I think he finished D8.
Did he do
Maybe.
D5 and D6?
I don't know, we'll find out when he leaves the dungeon.
It's
Yeah.
hard to tell where your progression is in these routes, just because of we don't get heart containers after 7, so it's like, where is that person? And when you're in a dungeon, it's impossible. Is he trying to despawn with the shovel?
Okay, Bamboo gets the
right, we
blow up
should
quick
probably
kill
mark.
there.
Probably click this button that says Node wins.
So I don't know if Bamboo actually does the manip, but it looks like he's going for it. Okay, no he's not. Node, if you want to hear about the race, why don't you pop in here for an interview? Okay, Bamboo doing his own manip, I guess. So I guess in a sec we'll find out if Dragon does in fact have all of his instruments now.
I can't imagine he does. He's definitely an insane amount behind.
Yeah, you shouldn't be on this kind of pace.
No, he just
He's missing 5 and 6. Okay, that's... I was worried he'd try going to the egg. So at least he's aware that he's missing the instruments.
It doesn't matter. Plus, Deathel could keep Green Tuna or Bamboo here forever. He's doing a good job so far trying to help Dragon. Oh, no.
Okay, so to fill in people in chat, Dragon had a number of like sort of snowballing mistakes earlier in the run, around like 12-14 minutes into it, that led to him being significantly behind Bamboo. Mchan unfortunately got a soft lock somewhere, and when he reset to recover from it, it put him like, I don't know, probably like 5 or 6 minutes back, which on a 40-minute run is basically GG. dragonc0 currently super swimming, so he's banned.
I should probably push that done button for Bamboo. There we
Also
go.
to push that forfeit for Dragon as well.
Yeah. I mean, Dragon was just playing for everybody else's sake at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, GG's to Node and Bamboo for your victories by default.
As we just kind of sat here for 40 minutes talking about it. This race stopped at like 14 minutes, and that's kind of ridiculous. I don't think I've ever seen that happen.
Well, I mean, Mchan, it was like, what, 25 minutes in when he got his mistake?
Yeah, but I mean, Node had a 10-minute lead on him, I'd say, at that point, just from execution.
But yeah, Dragon, Dragon at least made things interesting for us, at the very
He
least.
gave us something to talk about as we glossed over everything, basically. It's round 3 of Swiss. It's a bit harder to cover everything when we have to cover 4 people, most of which aren't even there.
I see Mchan's in the sub channel, so I'm gonna bring him in here for interview. Yo, Mchan, what up?
Could be better.
Would it make you feel better if you knew that you were still ahead of Dragon after that mistake?
I suppose.
Because you were maybe a screen ahead of him when that happened. Which is how far back he was due to forgetting how to play the game.
Yeah, since he missed it, Dragon soft locked on Walrus Skip. He didn't have a D3 ICS, so when he reset it, put him back to just after Mushroom.
And then he died on Villa Skip.
And then he died in Villa Skip. So, a few tiny little mistakes. So, ignoring the part where your run ended, how did you feel about that run?
Aside from forgetting what the route was a little bit on my way to Rusa Skip, as well, along with the mushroom mishap, I think the run was all right.
Yeah, so you said that you did try to recover from the failure there? Like the mushroom issue?
Yeah, I think I might have saved too early, and so it didn't count me getting the mushroom. And so when I realized it, I lost like a bunch of time because I had to go back and get it again.
Oh, I meant in the path to Dungeon 8, where you soft locked.
Oh,
Like, did you use the mushroom again in the white screen?
yeah, I tried to.
That didn't work. Weird. So I've had that before where you're, like, after you close your menu, you're stuck in a white screen and you fall into the pit, but you can do a mushroom again, it brings you back.
Yeah, the very first attempt that I was trying to perform the trick, I was mashing the mushroom during the text in an attempt to use it again, so I could be at the right spot, so it can be clipped into the wall. But it didn't work, and then the second attempt, that's when the soft lock happened.
I'm just dragging Bamboo in here. It looks like he's like deafened and muted himself for now, but once he's ready to talk, we'll hear what he has to say about his run. Oh, hello, Bamboo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. So, when did you realize that you had won?
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Ah, hey.
Yo, GG.
Yo, thanks, guys.
Yeah. When did you realize that you had won?
I was watching chat and I saw that Dragon soft locked on Walrus. So I really prayed that he got the D3 ICS, so he can start from D3 again.
He did
I
not.
guess He did not. Yeah, that's what I
he,
thought actually.
he was back to just after Mushroom,
Oh.
and then he failed Villa Skip twice and died. So,
Oh, that's a. Oh yeah.
so that's your 3 smokes.
Yeah. A good thing I didn't do that because I actually PB'd by like I don't know, a minute or something.
Nice.
You
Yeah, I
actually
mean,
took
this-
my time.
Yeah, this one was actually pretty epic. I got 7 out of 7 ICS.
Oh man.
Unfortunately, one was I really hate this game because you always have to press like start for the last button when you're like doing those ICS, and I fucked it up. Sorry, I missed that one time, and yeah, it was.
Okay, yeah, there was one I like definitely saw that like, oh, you have everything, like the instrument moved and like you had the first buffer, and then it just didn't happen.
Yeah, that was because I was like didn't press start for the last button. Yeah. So that one was the one I failed, but the rest was pretty solid, and most of the stupid tricks I got done pretty well. But yeah, it was a total mess. Aside from that, like so many minor mistakes, and my timer just I wanted to skip a split because I forgot to split on entity 1, and then I accidentally hit the pause button, and I realized it like 2 minutes later, and I was like, why the freaking hell do I have a pause button bind it anyway for a live split? Who needs a pause button on the timer,
And you accidentally forfeited.
Yeah, that was because I I don't know, like it's the automatic script on the live split, So that was doing weird things, but I mean, I gladly I could rejoin on SRL, so everything was fine. So yeah, all in all, it was okay, Not gonna be barely able to catch up with all of this low 44. That was amazing earlier.
Yeah, that was sick.
But still, as far as the leaderboards go, it's like a 5-minute PB-ish. Because your previous PB included a bit of a wrong warp, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't think of that. So that one I can actually submit to the leaderboard. Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Although I don't know what the rules are for having the EverDrive menu in the middle of it.
Oh yeah, dude, man, I totally forgot about that. That was like, I don't know, I must have slipped off the L button, which is my select button. So yeah.
That was fully accidental then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Because we thought you'd accidentally paid for bombs.
No. I mean, it worked for the first time, and like I have my start and select button mapped on L and R, and when I was talking to the shopkeeper while pressing the A button and confirming the text box, I was like sort of slipping off the L button, so the save and quit menu just didn't work, and he did pay, and the rupee countdown did happen, and then was like, dude, can I farm 10 rupees now? And I was like, nah, rather.
I think that was a good call, just to reset there.
Yeah. And also in the Windfish Egg, there was the same deal, I did the LEDX blob quick kill strats accidentally. So that's when I had to hard reset again. I mean, like, if I get a somewhat solid run, I definitely can get like a 46 or 47, I guess, but most of these runs are just horrible when it comes to overall and everything. I mean, like, I shouldn't be complaining. I'm happy I was able to learn the route after all in time for the tourney.
I gotta say, the fact that you're saying you can probably get a 46 or 47, in my heart, I'm just like, oh fuck yeah, I'm safe. I mean. Same with Node, like he was on a pretty good pace going into the egg, and I don't know what exactly happened to him, but he just didn't do Aghanim properly.
He just sat there and like missed a ball. He just didn't even swing a sword at it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I think that lost him both a PB and the chance to bop me.
Maybe he was busy with the app.
Yeah, I hope so. He's like, which app? So I don't know if he even uses it. Maybe uses one of the pictures that Ellis made, or Xander or someone.
Mm. Yeah, I actually totally have to look into that whole Aghanim shenanigans. I didn't have time yet to look into that at all. So yeah, I mean, like, just too much other stuff going on and whatnot. But I mean, I'm actually glad that tourney is happening. You know, I would have been really. I'm really glad when I realized that we're still able, even though without my help, that we were able to do the tourney this year. You know, it's nice.
Yeah, we've had some really good tournament admins that I'm not going to bother naming.
It's just
Yeah.
They're not important.
No, I have to give a lot of shoutouts to the speed gaming staff, because it's been like myself and Phantom Matt have been taking care of organization, and they've made it really easy for us. There's a lot of stuff that's automated now, so it's a lot easier to use than last year, where you had to have that somebody to get all the everything set up. And yeah, congrats, Bamboo.
Thanks.
Wait, oh, I spelled congrats wrong. I can't fit in bamboo on French version for some reason.
There's only 5 characters. This reminds me of when we did our Brandomania 4-way, and we had like 4 people making file names to send a message, and it's like,
almost all
come
of them
back,
were trolling.
come back,
Crone.
Sorlax and Seabass, we love you, and also like whatever. And I got the last part, and it's doing my part. I'm like, Curvone is smelly.
Did you have some interesting anglerfish fights? Because I heard I saw some Crevone memeing in the chat earlier.
Oh no, we were just memeing that Crevone was the skull at the bottom of Anglerfish.
Ah, okay.
Wait, why don't you make the second name @space B and make the last one Ambu?
Alright.
These are the important things right now.
This is gonna be my file name when I continue doing LA 100%.
Good category choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Objectively a better category than Warpless.
Ooh, no. I mean, LA Hondo brought back the infamous D4 ICS, aka Run Killer, aka you don't want to run this game. So, you know.
Yep.
I remember the day when we were talking about after I did my first LA Hondo run, and we were talking about the possible routes, and you know, we're just going back and forth in Discord, and then all of a sudden we were like, oh dude, if you do D4 in one go, then you could save like 2 or 3 minutes. And I was like, heck no. That means a stupid D4 ICS again. And which can also actually happen if you're accidentally going into the portal after you finish D4.
Yeah, I think Green Tuninc's the only one who's done it in the tournament so far, but
I heard
he did have the
yeah.
ICS.
Yeah, if you accidentally enter the portal, then you get the ghost.
Yeah, exactly. I did that in a practice run, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago, you know. And in the evening, I was like, I don't want to do a full LADX Hunter run. Let's just do a shorter LA run. And yeah, I did that. I wasn't pleased.
No, so anyway, I think we should probably wrap ourselves up here.
Yeah.
Probably.
Sorry,
You guys-
everyone, for the forfeit.
Do you have any last comment, Bamboo?
Yeah, you guys, thanks for taking your time doing the commentary. Appreciate it. And thanks to the other races, Mchan, Note, and Dragon.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks to you guys for putting on a great, entertaining race.
You're welcome.
Anyway, we'll wrap up here. On Speed Gaming's schedule, we have Momodora Reverie Under the Moonlight coming up in about 20 minutes, and I think that's the start of the tournament.
Yes.
So I highly recommend people watch that. It's a sick game. Actually, don't watch it, just go play it. But also watch it.
Then go watch it.
Multitask, watch and
Um,
play.
Speed Gaming 2, there's a Final Fantasy thing going on in 20 minutes as well.
And then Super Metroid dabbing for all the hip kids.
Yeah, double anti-bingo.
Whatever it is.
I love me some bingo, man.
Anyway, I'm Spice Father,
I'm Alpha 5.
and thanks for watching.